What is the biggest scandal that's ever happened at your school?
A student got sassy with a teacher about a grade and the teacher kicked him out of the room. The student grabbed a pencil and stabbed the assistant teacher in the room. Just in the hand, but still. So the teacher goes rage mode and physically marches the student down to the dean's office. Everyone is initially furious at the student, he'll be expelled for sure. Assistant teacher is shaken but fine. Daddy was a big donor to the school and the kid was on the state championship bound basketball team. Daddy argued with the school, who reverses the expulsion and instead fires the teacher for laying hands on a student. There were walkouts, several other teachers quit, the local news picked it up, the whole 9 yards. Nothing changed. The school kept the little asshole to keep Daddy happy and fired a very, very good teacher.
Someone was writing messages in human beep all over the walls of the men's bathrooms. They were dubbed the fecal terrorist. It went on for a surprisingly long time before the culprits were caught. Turns out the reason it took so long was because it was actually two guys, and they would alternate committing acts of fecal terrorism while the other one had a solid alibi.
We had a week-long string of bomb threats. The first one was legit, but then students realized it would get them out of school early. After the fifth one, administration threatened to add on the days we missed to the end of the school year if it happened again. It didn't happen again.
3 or 4 kids killed another kid over some beep Jordans.
The history teacher married to the English teacher who faked cancer for 2 years whilst shagging one of the secretaries at the semi-attached primary school on the side. English teacher found about the affair and basically burned down his entire life as all his chemo appointments and DRS visits were actually visiting the other woman. He had told the secretary that they had an open relationship. The school had done fundraising for him and had him on reduced hours at full pay due to his cancer. Never asked for any proof and all it took was him telling them he had cancer. Because no one would lie about something like that. Mr. S, you had balls, dude.
There was a period in high school where a kid was writing on the chocolate sailor in poop on the bathroom wall. Then it stopped for a month or two, but the next note read Return of the Chocolate Sailor. I don't think the culprit was ever caught. But it was an odd thing I'll never forget.
English teacher B per senior on the football team. He got a full scholarship to AP5 program and played a few seasons in the NFL as a slot receiver. Edit. I won't tell you the player's name and he was by no means a household name. However, if you are a fan of his college team or NFL team, you would 100% remember him.
Principal stole $20,000, which was only found after they had an investigation on him after he was caught banging the married biology teacher in his office after hours.
In college, a girl in my dorm was the daughter of a mafia guy. One night at the bar, a guy gets into an argument with her boyfriend, takes a swing at him and hits her by accident. 2 days later her father came to campus with the 2 biggest human beings I have ever seen in person. They went over to the kid's dorm, pushed their way into the building and were trying to kick in the door of his room when campus security and the police arrived and got them out. The kid left school that night and never came back.
This kid had a fake toy grenade and threw it in a classroom. The teacher dove on top of it and began to yell out to the students to go now. That kid got into so much trouble and had to transfer to a school out of state since nobody wanted him. I have no idea what happened to him, but I know that he was hit with absolute crazy charges. Rumors began to spread that he was being sent to prison for insane amount of years. Edit. Wow, didn't think this would get attention. It happened in 2014. Turns out the kid who threw the fake grenade didn't act alone, him and 2 other students were involved. When I first heard about it, I didn't think they would get into any legal trouble, but they did. I guess there is a law in my state that says, a person who possesses or uses a hoax device or replica with the intent to cause another to believe that the hoax device or replica is a destructive device or detonator commits a Class D felony. A person convicted of a Class D felony could face 6 months to 3 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. I have plenty of other scandals that happened at my high school with people calling in bomb threats to bringing guns, threatening to kill students.
A kid was arrested 2 weeks before he planned to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Columbine shooting by recreating it at my high school. At first I thought it was just some dumbass trying to act cool, edgy, but it soon came out that he had guns, bombs, a hit list, the works. It was pretty surprising because, while the kid definitely looked the part, trenchcoat, fingerless gloves, etc., he actually acted fairly normal. He seemed to have friends, got decent grades, was polite and friendly when you spoke to him, And I never was aware of him being bullied or anything. I guess there must have been stuff going on outside school. The whole thing made national news.
Not a scandal but a sad story that everyone knew about. A mother of a 5th grader, 11 years old, had a massive depression and decided that she couldn't go on with her life. Apparently her husband tried everything to help her, but in the end she committed suicide, and she also took her son with her. Our principal told us that she left a letter where she stated that she doesn't want her son to live a life without her, so she wouldn't have a choice. He sent the whole school home for the rest of the week.
Scam artist pretended to have a PhD, and talked his way to a job as head of the department. Did nothing for a year, told the school he had cancer, got a big loan and ran. Terrorists rammed a car through the gate, and tried to burn down the attached church, but couldn't get the car up the steps. Newspaper reported that the car lost control and crashed. Custodian who saw them do it at 5 a.m. gave us the real story.
The Paramus Catholic sex scandal. Once a year my school would allow students to travel to France, Germany, or Italy with chaperones from the school. 2 of the chaperones, one a coach and sub-teacher, the other the VP of operations for the school, and 2 girls from my 11th grade class, 17-year-olds, got drunk as a group and paired off and slept together in Germany. Word spread like wildfire upon their return and the teachers were immediately fired. They were trialed, but the outcome wasn't as harsh as it normally is because the incident happened on foreign soil. The VP had a pregnant wife at home at the time, too. One girl left the school a month later because she was getting made fun of left and right, and the other just clammed up and hardly spoke again. There were reporters outside of the school for weeks. Link for reference.
Teaching assistant ran an after-school sports club for a while. The guy was well liked, so his club was popular. Then someone discovered his gym bag pointed towards the changing room showers with a camera sticking out. His house got raided and the police found a whole collection of videos of students from this sports club in the shower. It made the news and he went to prison. He went from being one of the most popular members of staff to the most hated overnight.
Teacher accidentally brought edibles to the school.
Have 2. One of the teachers got accused of rape but didn't do it. A gang broke into the school and started beating a student in a rival gang with baseball bats in mathematics class over a mobile phone. This made the news. Edit, added into the school in mathematics class due to similar stories and to clarify exactly what happened. This happened in the UK.
One of them was a health class that was trying to show how STDs spread, by asking the student body to anonymously submit who they've slept with. Went on for a couple days before that got shut down. Lol.
I studied at a small high school. We only had like 6 classrooms, one next to each other. The bathroom was in front of the classroom on the corner. One day we start feeling this weird smell. I had no idea what it was. Thought it was melted plastic or something. Then we start seeing smoke. Turned out 2 people were smoking weed on the bathroom with terrible ventilation and got the whole hallway full with smoke. They got expelled.
Serious gang rivalry, sex in the bathroom.
May your day be filled with joy and happiness. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe for more quality content every day.